Here's a story worth hearing. It's about George Muller, the man of the simplest and most profound faith. Just listen to this. Charles Inglis, the well-known evangelist, tells the following story of George Muller, and it is worthy of a place under the heading of Answered Prayers. When I first came to America 31 years ago, I crossed the Atlantic with the captain of a steamer who was one of the most devoted men I ever knew. And when we were off the banks of Newfoundland, he said to me, "Mr. Inglis, the last time I crossed here 5 weeks ago, one of the most extraordinary things happened that has completely revolutionized my whole Christian life. Up to that time, I was one of your ordinary Christians. We had a man of God on board, George Muller of Bristol. I had been on that bridge for 22 hours and never left it. I was startled by someone tapping me on the shoulder. It was George Muller. 'Captain,' he said, 'I have come to tell you that I must be in Quebec on Saturday afternoon.' This was Wednesday. 'It is impossible,' I said. 'Very well, if your ship can't make it, but I have never broken an engagement in 50 years. 'I would willingly help you. How can I? I am helpless,' said the captain. 'Well, let us go down to the chart room and pray,' said George Muller. I looked at the man of God and I thought to myself, what lunatic asylum could the man have escaped from? I never heard of such a thing. He was certainly one of your ordinary Christians, wasn't he? 'Mr. Muller,' I said, 'do you know how dense the fog is?' 'No,' he replied, 'my eye is not on the density of the fog, but on the living God who controls every circumstance of my life.' Wow. He got down on his knees and prayed one of the most simple prayers. I muttered to myself, that would suit a children's class where the children were not more than 8 years old. The burden of his prayer was something like this: 'O Lord, if it is consistent with thy will, please remove this fog in 5 minutes. Thou knowest the engagement thou didst make for me in Quebec for Saturday. I believe it is thy will.' When he finished, I was going to pray, but he put his hand on my shoulder and told me not to pray. First, you do not believe he will, and second, I believe he has, and there is no need to pray." And, as George Muller said, the fog had lifted. That simple but profound faith. May God help us to have such faith.